Merkel Media.
He put it in park, threw open the driver's door, ran out the side of the car, across the front of it, and jumped right off the side of the bridge in front of me.
The only people that really pulled over were truckers.
He said, we're going Hodge, and he didn't slow down. He went across the median onto the oncoming traffic, but where they could see him coming, they just got out of the way.
I noticed this plane was really low. It went right in front of us, hit the fence, and it spun around. 30 seconds more, he could have hit us.
And I went around that truck, and a guy stepped out from behind the truck and threw a piece of wood, and it shot through my window just like a spear and stuck in the back of the cab of my truck.
That's probably one of the stranger things I've seen.
Welcome to Hammer Lane Legends. I'm Brian Merkel.
What can we do?
I'm Mike Dre.
And you are
You grab your phone.
Love of Pete. Who are you?
Who the hell you know? I mean,
know.
they know by now. Sure.
He's going to spell it wrong anyway. So.
Yeah, true that. Brian Schleppy.
Does anybody know what today is?
Again, here we go.
Saturday.
It's a March.
Oh yeah, he went
Remember,
over this before.
we did this before.
I have no idea
we're
what
not,
that even
We're
is.
not even going to go down to Ides of March. We're going to let that one go because that has to do with Caesar and
Tell me what
Brutus
food day it is.
and all of that stuff. And Caesar's wife says to him, beware the Ides of March. And that's the day that Caesar gets killed. Nobody remembers this stuff. You didn't read Shakespeare in high school.
Nobody cares.
Nobody knows. So that being said, today, still being the Ides of March, it's still the 15th. Is National Pears Helene Day. I have no idea. I don't know.
Pears, how like the fruit, a pear?
I imagine it's Pears Helene Helene Day.
Well, that's a useless holiday.
Well,
Nobody
let's
knows
find
the
out what
holiday
it is. Let's just see what it is. Pears Helene or Pears Belle Helene is a dessert that consists of pears and sugar syrup with various toppings.
Well, that makes
Various toppings. That sounds,
that
could be
makes my
fun.
blood sugar go high just thinking about it.
I know, right? It's like, yeah, well, so much.
Yeah, I know
A
that.
little extra metformin, please.
Does this come in diet?
3 or 4. We got today is True Confessions Day. Do you have any True Confessions, Mike?
Oh. No, I went to church on the way here. I got
All right,
a lot of my
very good.
system. Did a bunch of them Hail Marys and Art Fathers, and I'm good.
I'm sure you did. Burst into flames.
It was getting warm in there.
Dumbstruck Day.
Oh, that's me.
That could be a lot of people in the company.
I was dumbstruck. You know what happened to me? I've never had this happen. And I'm asking you guys if this has ever happened to you with the freaking Maven. I have no idea. I don't know how this happened. I took a different tractor last night because they were working on mine.
First problem is it's the Maven.
Well, I know, but I don't know. I have no idea what to do with it or how to, I said to Nevin, I don't know what happened. I took a different tractor because mine was in the shop. All night long, I'm using this tractor. It's in my, making my DVIR on it and everything else.
Now, let me guess. Stop. It switches the on duty.
No,
Oh.
I pulled into our yard, drove past my tractor, and it switched tractors.
Oh, wow. I never had that happen.
Yeah, it literally came up 2458. And I'm like,
you were coming back?
I was in the yard. I came back in the yard. I had not signed out, had not done. I went to do my DVIR for the tractor that I was in.
I'm going to tell you what happened. I'm going to tell you what happened.
I'm listening. I'm all ears. That's why I was asking.
Somebody in the supervisorial role. Not going to name any names.
No, I talked to the person in the supervisorial role who was sitting in the office. I actually called him because I said to him, "What?"
I'm talking about our people that leave at 1:00 at night. Somebody probably originally typed in your tractor number first, and then
because I changed tractors because I was in the shop and they put it in.
And then you changed tractors, but they never deleted it. So when you went by,
but they changed it when they put it in the phone because it did put in
right.
It did, but they never deleted what
they never deleted it because when you drove by that track, that's when it clicked on.
Yep.
Okay. That's what happened to me out in Washington.
Oh, okay. That's why I was asking. I never had it happen.
I was out in Washington. Well, I want to say I got the Donegal, and apparently the phone switched. it went from your truck to Skrillex's truck. And I didn't know it.
Right.
I get all the way to Washington. I'm ready to go on break. I got my 8 hours. I'm ready to go.
Right.
I said, now how'd this happen? You know, I mean, I was literally on the throttle, full throttle.
Yeah.
From Allentown to Washington. So I asked number one, and he said, "Oh, I don't really see what's going on here." And then and then I looked, and I says, "Well, who changed my tractor?"
Right. That's why I called.
I
Nevin.
says, "Now I'm in." Well, Nevin's not going to know. This is.
Well, I know.
This is John. This is John I'm talking to, and he said, "I says." The tractor got changed. Who changed my tractor?
Right.
Who changed my tractor in mid swing?
Yep.
I says, I am not in that tractor.
Yep.
That was the tractor I originally started. And that started the whole
ball rolling.
The whole ball rolling. Okay. Well, you can't change this. You can't change. Yeah, I'm not changing nothing. Okay. Because I started with this truck.
Yep.
And I'm coming home with this truck. Now, whether a Maven says it or not,
it doesn't matter.
Me no care.
Yep.
Log out at the end of the day, start over again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right. Because you know, and that seems to happen when somebody decides to do an edit, update your manifest, or
doesn't delete the original.
put your next trip in. That's what happens.
But
and
not
then
delete the original.
And then you don't delete it, because when it comes into
makes sense.
Closeness of it,
yeah,
because
proximity.
It doesn't even have to be proximity per se, because when I got out, it happened another night. I didn't have my truck. I had somebody else's again.
Yeah, and
it switched me to my truck, 2232, and we know 2232 has been out of service due to a fuel leak.
Yeah,
fuel leak.
Irreconcilable differences,
right?
With the front of a car.
And that night it was Spicoli. So I said, Spicoli, what? You might as well get your bingo cards out, people.
Might as well. Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
So I said to Spicoli, I says, why'd you change my tractor? He says, I didn't change your tractor. I says, somebody had to push 4 digits in a letter.
Yep.
I says, because it's coming up. Oh, no, it wasn't Spicoli. It was Benihana.
Oh, my God. You do need like a bingo. You got to have a list. All right, this is the real name, and then after is the shipper name.
Because I said to him, I says, because he says, well, that truck's out of service. Well, now we're in agreement on that.
Wow.
How is it in service? How am I driving it on the Maven? Right. Could I ask? Do tell.
Yeah.
You know, and
share.
Technical support there. What's his name out there in Pittsburgh? The guy that usually helps you with your logs when everything's screwed up. He came in.
Oh, Paul
Siri. You know you're not getting a hold of him.
Nope.
Okay.
2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, just say you're not getting a hold of him.
What's shaking?
Go ahead, I'll give you a second. Wake up. I got some questions.
And I then addressed the ball to Kyle the next day. He says, well, how did that happen? I said, I don't know.
That's why I'm asking you.
But I go to him. I says, here's the times. You need to change them or whatever you got to do.
Work your magic.
Says, I can only edit. Okay, what's the edit? Wrong truck. Oh, that's original. That was it. Certify. I'm done. I don't care.
That's why I said to Nevin this morning. I said, Nevin said, I'll send him an email. There's nothing I can do about it.
I don't think you can edit it when it's driving. They say you can't. Even the supervisor has trouble editing.
They can't. Right.
Yeah,
because it's driving.
Well, you log out, start again tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah.
You got your 36-hour restart. That didn't happen.
I said to Nevin, I can't even do a DVIR on. I can't finish out the one that I started.
I looked at it this way. So, I changed the truck physically. I
didn't.
I removed myself from the truck, and then I added the truck that I was really driving.
That you're really in. Yeah.
All night.
Again, yeah.
And then I just finished it out that way.
I just
that was the only way the log would get off from off duty or on duty not driving.
I said to Nevin, I know. He said, I'll send an email to Kyle and I'll let him figure it out. I said, okay. So I left the truck. I parked it. I'm like, screw it. I can't do anything. I can't do the DVIR. I can't finish anything up. I cannot finish out my log. So leave the truck. And then I signed out.
Today on Hammerlane Legends, we discussed the problems with ELDs.
Yeah. This is, I mean, how in the world does this happen? Yeah. I mean, if this can happen inadvertently, you're going to tell me that somebody can't hack these systems and something can't happen. This is the problem I have with modern technology today. This is why I look at this whole situation. I'm like, we're not ever going to go driverless. We might go paperless, but we're not ever going driverless.
Just don't go topless.
Sometimes I do. Because you can't. If that can happen inadvertently while you're in mid trip,
yeah,
out to, a 500-mile trip and you're halfway there, or 250 miles
because
and you're halfway there.
When it jumped from the tractor I was in to my truck that was out of service, I says, boys, look at the location.
Right.
One said Wayne, PA, and the next thing it was Upper Saucon, PA.
Yeah.
I says, because the only way I knew that, I looked at the mileage, and the mileage on the truck I was driving was like 440 some thousand, and it went to 875. And I know my truck's 875.
Right.
I'm like, it switched trucks. How does this happen?
Mine didn't
with an out of service truck.
Mine didn't switch to miles. It wanted me to put the miles in. I said, that's why I said in heaven, I can't. I don't know what the miles are on my on the other tractor.
Well, you shouldn't have to put it in. You weren't driving it.
Right.
But it was asking for the miles. It wouldn't let me sign out without putting the miles in. That's why I hit the leave tractor.
Right.
And that's it.
Because if you went
it's their headache, not mine.
If you went to your log where it's your duty status, where everything was, the mileage should be different.
It came up as the odometer was blank. When that's what I'm saying. When it switched back to my tractor.
Look at all the drive time you had left, though, when you got
home. I could have done a whole other run. I could have gone right back up to Massachusetts and back. I could have made twice as much.
My trailer did 500 miles. The truck
Nevin goes to me, well, you've been using both trucks all night long. You get paid for both miles. That's awesome, dude.
Let me fill out another sheet.
Somehow I don't think it's going to happen.
Right.
But, I said to Nevin, I'm a talented driver. I can drive 2 tractors at one time. I'm really good. That's the way it is. Pitt, Ohio needs more drivers like me. Right. Stupid. I've never had it happen.
Yeah.
And but it makes sense because when I came in tonight, of course, the shop took my tractor to change the EGR cooler or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And they didn't tell them. So they put my name and my tractor in my phone. And then I said to Nevin, my truck's over at or not Nevin. I said to Benny Hanna. I said to Ben, it's over at the shop. I need another tractor. Can I take so-and-so's truck? Yeah, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I wanted. And I had
you got John the barista.
Yeah.
He's out of a job now because it got warmer out.
It's warmer.
I did notice the cart was gone, the coffee cart.
I didn't even notice it until it's not. It rang a bell now.
The other day I came in and
that's sad. Because now we can't leave them tips. It's like it's a rough.
The water boy's out of a job.
Water boy's out of a job.
No, pretty soon it's going to be too hot now to do the Gatorade.
I was going to say, what's John's nickname? But apparently it's John the barista. Starbucks John. It's awesome.
You guys sit down one day.
He took his knowledge on the road. He went to East Windsor for a week.
Oh, there you go. Is he back up now?
Yeah, he's here.
Oh, okay.
I seen him yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Well, anyway, it was just one of those problems that I did not know, and I didn't know what to do.
I haven't had those problems with the log, but now I have to go through an extra step when I get out of the truck. I have to leave my tractor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that automatically.
I always do.
Because otherwise Bart can get in it, and while my truck, I'm at home with my Maven, it's driving around all day.
And you're logged off and out, and it's
turned
off.
When you log out, it says leave truck and log off. I was doing that, but every day I come in, I have zero driving because somebody from Uline used it.
Yeah.
And I was like,
and it kicked you back in.
Yeah. I was like, how does that even happen? Didn't the other guy notice that that's my name he's driving under? Or
no, it doesn't even come up. It doesn't even.
It just
he'll just go on his phone and he's fine.
Yep. It just gives you. It just adds your miles.
It ghost rides.
Yep. Which is why I go when I actually go in, I hit the tractor, hit the connection.
I mean, I go 90 miles a night. When my ETA to Harrisburg, should be an hour and a half. But by the time I get to Harrisburg, it's 3 hours later. I'm still not supposed to be there for another 3 hours. Look at your ETAs when you go.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
They,
at night.
they keep moving.
Yeah.
It's a moving.
Well, because it's starting you out from like the round trip is what if you figure it out. I forget. Somebody explained it to me really better than I'm going to try to explain.
I got a one-way trip.
I understand, but the way the computers calculate, it's a round trip from where you are to go
all the way to where
back
you're
to
going,
Washington and then back to Allentown. That's how the ETAs are going. So if you're like in Harrisburg, but you left Washington, your ETA now is you're going to drive back to Washington, then back to Allentown.
But it's a moving goalpost because it by the time you get to Washington, it's telling you you're due in at 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm not even going to get back at 10 o'clock in the morning if I just do my drop and hook and wait there for an hour and a half or 2 hours.
Yeah, I just ignored all
that.
This.
I do too.
I don't know.
The only thing I've realized, the only thing I've noticed is that when you first get your message, if you're like if you're doing a relay, the very first minute,
it's accurate.
If you
right
look
there.
at that's the time. That's when. That's when. Yep.
You
that's
set
when
your
you're
watch
doing,
to that because
Write
otherwise
that time
you're
down
screwed.
and forget it for the rest of the night.
Don't look at it anymore. That's the time that you're due in. I figured that much out.
But yeah, that leaving the vehicle, that bit me in the butt a few times where I come in.
Me too. Yeah.
I was like, well, I can't drive. Yep. I mean, I can't.
I got to go home. See it.
Well, believe me, I wanted to do that a few times. So then they have to call. This is back when I was starting later. So they were able to call Pittsburgh, and then that Paul Steer, he's like, he goes in and does some kind of magic.
Yeah.
But even Kyle wasn't able to edit it to where I was able to actually start driving.
They shouldn't have to be able to because that's the simple fact. That's when you're, what's the word I'm looking for? Falsifying a log, electronic log at that point.
But you got to sit closer to your microphone so it picks you up sexy.
I don't know. He's pretty loud. I'm pretty sure it's going to pick him up.
It ain't going to pick him up that well because he's talking quietly now, which we're not used to.
But anyway.
But yeah, because it's your federal log, it has to be like there's got to be my point is no matter what, this is why I don't think it's ever going to free at the rate we're going.
Yeah, no.
This should not happen. These are supposed to be it's supposed to be a federally regulated thing.
What you're talking about?
It's federally regulated, but
And so is Doge. So.
You're talking about that's why they'll never have self-driving to trucks and everything. Well, that's why all the companies are trying to do the AI thing, where now it's no longer you're not totally dependent on just the internet connection, or it can think, oh, something went wrong here. It's somebody, the AI. I'm not saying it is, but that's what they're hoping. The AI can figure, okay, we have a problem with this connection. Let's figure out and do this, and it can operate the vehicle safely. That's what they're hoping for. That's why they're all pouring untold amount of some money into these AI. And do you know how much power AI?
A lot.
They're building these AI centers and stuff near dams so they can pull hydropower because Elon built that giant thing in
3
Texas.
Mile Island again.
That it takes more power to run his I forget what the name of that computer was that's running his what
Grok.
No, that's a Twitter.
Oh,
that's the Twitter AI.
That's
Grok, or
Twitter.
X. Yeah.
Okay.
This is for what he wants, the learning computers for the Teslas and everything's for their self-driving and stuff. I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
But it has more chips than anything else I've ever heard. I mean, and the power that it has to draw.
Wow.
It's just, it draws more power than big cities to run this AI. And
it's fascinating stuff. It is. And I love that there's technology. I love, the time we're living in. It's really interesting. And this stuff is really cool.
It's fucking scary though. Oh, I'm sorry. It's freaking scary too.
It is freaking scary at the same time. But I actually, when I was homesick, I actually had a conversation with Chat GPT. I actually sitting down, we were talking about history. And I'm like, well, what do you think about, I forget what the question was that I even asked. And it actually talked back to me. Did you know that it'll do that?
Yeah, I
had no idea it would talk back.
The farthest I've gone is the Apple Intelligence on these new phones.
Yeah.
You want to know what I said I want a dancing avocado. And it made me a meme of a dancing avocado. I was like, well, that's cute. Now I no longer ever need this again.
Yeah.
I'm gone. I'm done with it.
I'm satisfied.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty neat. I don't need to go any farther with this.
Well, is it really meant for guys like us?
No, I don't think so. But that's what most of these car companies have spent millions of dollars getting, that you can push a button and say, turn wipers on, turn heated seats on. Most new cars can do stuff like that.
Right.
But they spent all this money when now they're realizing, well, we can just put AI in. Or a lot of cars come now with Alexa. built in.
Oh, really?
So you can say, hey, Alexa, turn on my heated seats. Alexa, turn the temperature to 70 degrees.
Wow.
So they're like,
so we become that lazy.
Pretty much.
So we're actually demolition man, aren't we?
It's not a lazy thing. This is what the car companies are saying. It's because everything's going to these effing screens. Like in my car, look at my car.
The big screen.
I only have a screen. So like in your car, after you drive it for a while, you know where the heater thing, you don't have to look down.
Yep.
You know how to turn the radio down. With these screens, there's no.
Oh,
you have to look. You take your eyes off the road and look.
That makes
sense.
If
they do the voice commands,
because nothing is.
No, there's nothing
there's
tactile.
No analog.
It's just it's an iPhone. It's a giant iPhone. So you have to look to know what you're touching. So that's why they're doing voice controls. Because it's not just Tesla. I mean, all these new cars. Look inside of any new car. The screens are getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Well, I noticed that when I had one of the Elantra.
Oh yeah,
for the Hyundai. It's all digital. There's no hardware.
Yeah, there's no analog anything in most cars anymore.
When you turn it off, the dash disappears. You're like, well, what the heck? I didn't know it.
Yeah, it's been like that for a while now. Because
I had a 2001. So in 2001, everything was still hardwired.
There's even like some of the analog gauges you see in new cars.
Yeah,
they're not analog. It may as well be digital. It may have the little needle that moves and stuff, but there's no wire going like your tachometers on a car. There's not an actual thing going down to your transmission to see. It's all digital and stuff. So it's like that's why everything's going to a screen because it's easy.
Yeah,
they don't have to design a dashboard anymore. They can just we got a screen, slop it there. There you go. R&D done.
Look at that. We got Mike right in the middle of the screen. He's pretty.
All you see is Shipper's belly.
That way his wife can see him, and she's like, "Yeah, look at that's my husband."
You see the brim of his hat and Shipper's belly, and I'm in the middle.
Yeah, well, I know, right?
I'm just
Clowns
here
to the left of me, jokers to the right.
I'm just here to be the meat in between the Brian sandwich.
Oh my! Well, we weren't really asking for a lot, were we?
And I wonder why I'm going vegan.
Hey, there you go. Al, you and Al, you can have a lot to talk about. That's awesome. Yeah.
I had no idea, but it tracks when you said it. I was like, I haven't seen him in a while, so I don't know.
Yeah, it was. I think he's retiring, isn't he?
Yep. Is he?
Yeah, like I think Shipper said April.
Is he old enough?
Who cares?
Apparently.
Well, no,
I move up one.
I tell you, when I did the same thing.
Wow.
I used to walk in every day and tell Rick Schlang, "Are you retiring yet? I want that Martinsburg on a Friday night."
Problem is now everybody's about our age, so
yeah, I know.
I think the oldest guy is probably like Mike Gallagher and Bill Rambo.
Yeah, Bill Rambo. He's
Mike's
retired.
I think he's 65, right?
No, not Mike Gallagher.
No, Bill Rambo.
No, he's 67.
Oh, so he can retire.
Yeah.
What is he freaking doing?
He's going on 68.
Well, he's still trying for the McKesson.
Still wants to get McKesson. He's going to hold out to get McKesson. Once he gets, he's retiring.
Right.
He'll get it, run it for 2 weeks. Yep. I'm out.
I'm out. I'm done. I had it. Got it.
Kind of like the Pure thing, tried it out. Nah, not really. Goldilocks went back.
I know all that time he spent, getting the TWIC card and everything else. He does it for a little bit.
Yeah, that's why I don't do nothing. I don't want to try nothing new. That's why it took me a long time to get to East Granby. But now I don't even get it.
That's the newest thing I tried in 2020 when they said, "Hey, we're going to be running up to Sutton, Massachusetts," and I was like, I don't know, but I was like, I'm doing Washington's now. I was like, and then when I found out that the biggest thing was Friday night, they're closed. I was like, they can't do anything.
Nope.
They can't screw me around.
Straight up, straight back.
I love that. I was like, sign me up. So I was the first one to go up to Sutton. And I was like, I wanted that run all the time then. During the week, it kind of stinks because you get out late from our end.
Yeah.
But going up there, I was dropping in the yard, and half an hour later, you're out the door going home. And you can't go anywhere else.
No.
So.
You get freight coming back, but that's about it.
First, I went up there day one. First time we're doing anything up to Sutton. I come in there and they go, "Who are you?" I'm from Pitt, Ohio. I don't know. And
tell me.
I was like, "Where do you want this load?" He goes, "I guess in the yard." They didn't know who it was. They didn't know why I was there.
Wow.
And I said, "Do you have any freight for me?" He goes, "I don't know." I get a half an hour down the road. I'm just about ready to get back on 84.
Yeah.
I get the phone call. So I pull over. And it's what's his face in the office in Allentown? Ron. Maynard, he just retired. And he's like, how far away from Sutton are you? I said, oh, I'm a good half an hour,
Right.
figure about half an hour. He goes, do you have time to go back? And I was like, no. I maybe could have pushed it, but I was like, no. He goes, oh, they had a trailer there. I said, I asked 3 different people and they didn't even know who I was. They didn't know what Pitt, Ohio was. So I was like, okay, I guess that'll be picked up tomorrow.
Not my monkey.
Like they had no idea what
tomorrow night's another night.
Yeah. I was like, well, this is going to be an easy run. Take a load up, grab an empty, go home.
But my first time going out to Sutton, I went in and I saw the one guy, Andy, and he gave me a paper that had their phone number on it. And he said, you just call. When you come up, you call that number and I'll tell you what door to put your trailer in.
No. He
I was like, all right. I got no problem with that.
He gave me a sheet and he highlighted, like they want all, or at least they did. They wanted all of our loads in the middle of the building.
Yeah, that changed.
Oh, yeah. Did it? Okay.
Yeah, they didn't. Scotty had a problem with that whole situation because that's what they told him when he started going up. Yeah. But then this other guy decided he wanted to have not my monkey, not my circus. If that's his thing and that's his shtick and he wants the power, more power to you, bro. I'll do whatever you want me to do. You tell me what you want. But, because he would just drop it in one of those middle doors. He's like, well, just put it in it. And so that's what I did the first time I went in. And that's when he said to me, oh, no, here, you just call this number and I'll tell you what door to put it in when you come up.
Whatever. All right. Whatever. That works for me too. As long as I know what to do. I don't care. I'll play by your rules. Just let me know what the rules are.
Give me the parameters, right, Ship?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter to me. I'm flexible because I'm a truck driver.
You have to be flexible. I have a T-shirt and everything that says that.
Yes. Me too.
I have to be flexible and truck.
It's helpful. It reminds me. You're flexible, Brian. Be flexible. Yeah.
I found a whole bunch for years. I'm there like 28 years. Yep. I found a whole bunch of T-shirts because I used to buy 2.
Yep.
I don't know why. I said, well, I'm just going to say, I'll use one now, use it up, and I'll just put another one. So for years, I was taking all these T-shirts, putting them in this dark corner of my closet that I never saw again. Yeah. And like a year ago, I'm like, what?
You go through them all,
you're like 10 shirts. I'm like, these are brand new. I have the 25th anniversary. I had 2 25th anniversary T-shirts.
Maybe put up on eBay and get $250 for it.
Ooh, I could sell them on eBay. You mean somebody would pay for Pitt? I know it's Pitt, Ohio. Of course, they're going to pay for them. But
I don't think there's much of a market for that out there.
No, are you sure?
In 2XL, yeah.
It really makes you feel bad when you actually go back and you start looking at them. You're like, I used to wear a large.
Oh no, I've
hasn't been a large for a while.
I came into this fat. I'm going to go out fat. I have the same shirt size I was when I started.
It's
pant size got a little wider, but I've always been just
sexy,
big. Yeah, a whole lot of sexy.
Well, meet in the middle.
That's about it. It's meat in the middle.
It's a thick sandwich.
I've never been called bread before, but hey, first time for everything.
White toast.
Ooh, I don't eat white toast.
Oh no,
whole wheat.
Yep,
got to have the fiber.
Low glycemic index.
That's correct, sir. That is. I don't even know how low glycemic index that is, but it's not. Because
if it tastes good, don't eat it, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, that's about the size of it. It really is about the size of it, right?
It tastes gross. Yeah, this is probably healthy.
Yeah. Although I do like avocados, and they say they're healthy.
They're very high in fat, but they say it's a good fat.
That's why I want to watch them.
This is a good fat.
I'm a good fat too. So I've been working on it for a while. So
yeah, you don't get a body like this overnight.
No, sir. Well, actually, you do, working the way we do. Yes,
overnight.
I don't do much overnight, but what I do, I'm really good at it.
That's why we're drinking unleaded soda.
But they actually say that's as far as like weight gain. As far as weight gain, the diet soda gets you fatter than the regular soda.
Yep, that's what they say. That is true.
Well, I should just start mixing it with bourbon.
There you go. If the liver's bad, it can't.
Why ruin the bourbon, dude?
No, with regular soda then at that point, because what the hell we need to
at that point, carbs are carbs,
that's
bro.
It. Load them up. Load them up and let me go.
Yeah, driving a truck is not the health.
It's not.
It's not good for you.
No, you have to work.
Yeah, you really have
at trying to stay healthy.
And it's for me, it's not even eating the bad food. It's just the lack of exercise. In the summertime, I do better because you got for you we don't mow the grass anymore. Yeah. But I mean, I mow the grass. I got always you own a house,
Well,
something's always breaking.
Even if you go for a walk.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's nice out.
I go for a walk every day from my car to my house. Damn right.
Yep, I know. I feel the same way. At least you know. But when you wintertime, I ain't going outside to go for a walk.
I have a treadmill at the house, so I can walk. I walk.
I
there.
do walk on it. You know, trying to
walk right by it every day.
yeah. Walk up behind it, stand on it. It's not running out. No.
Joe, turn it on. Let it run for a while. I don't know. The treadmill says I did 10 miles today.
Although the step counter on my phone said absolutely nothing. It's not registering. I don't get it, Doc. I don't know what's going on.
I'm all excited. I have the steps on my watch. Yeah, I get to actually, if I get home from work, if I get home early in the afternoon, I'll go on the treadmill for an hour. And
that's what I should do.
I bumped that 10,000. You're supposed to get 10,000 steps a day.
Steps.
Oh, on the watch, I have it set up that it does a little party thing. I'm like, I'm a winner. Then I go eat some more.
Yeah.
I did good.
I wonder if you attach that to the wheel of your tractor with the rotation, would that make a step?
It's a good question.
It's 500 miles a night. That's a lot of stepping.
It says I lost 1 million calories today.
Quick, pull over and get yourself a burger.
I should weigh 5 pounds.
675,000 steps today.
Holy Moses. I get on the treadmill for a half an hour. I'm like, it's only like 3,500 steps. I'm like, that's not right, because I don't walk fast.
Well,
I don't do much of anything fast.
Now, my wife is tall, so I'll give her that. But I walk next to her. She says, well, I'm just walking. And
She's
I'm
like a giraffe.
I'm like I'm half jogging to stay up to her.
She takes one step and there's Mike Freeze running to beat the band.
I'm taller than her. I should have a bigger stride and everything.
Right.
But here's me and the dog behind I'm like dragging the dog and we're trying to keep up with her. It's like, I'm just walking here.
And your dog's about that tall, so his legs are like that.
Yeah, he is. He's like,
no wonder he's so little.
Poor dog's saying, the house is back this way.
Well, he's getting older now, so now we have to take the stroller. My wife bought him a cheap stroller. We walk, he'll walk, and then when he gets tired, we throw him in the stroller, and I say, here you go. Give it to my wife. That actually slows her down. I guess the resistance slows her down a little bit.
You and the dog can sit in there.
Get me a bigger
one.
Right.
Jane.
All right, let's go for a walk, hon. I'll be sitting up here petting the dog. She just pushes down the road.
You fit a cooler on the back there. That way you get a
six-pack.
I'm opening a beer. That'd be good in the neighborhood. Me just sitting in the butt, waving to the neighbors as my wife pushes me back.
Yep, here comes Mike the drunk again. Yeah.
That'd be a nice image.
Picked him up on the corner, brought him home.
His skinny, tall wife.
But she walks so fast, and she's like, when we used to go out, we were in our younger days, we used to cruise all the time.
I love those words. I never thought I'd hear myself say those words in my younger days.
we used to go on cruise ships all the time. And if you ever been on a cruise, if it's sailing, the ship does move. It's not like, you're not like rocking.
It's not Gilligan's Island, but
it's not iceberg dead ahead.
My wife's in 6-inch heels, has a few in her, so she's walking straight as an arrow. I can't keep up with her in the heels, and she's just going down. I don't know how this woman does it. I can't.
How women do it.
Well, yeah, in the heel
you
thing.
Can't keep up with her with your heels, or what?
No, they hurt my feet. I just want to look sexy.
You can't step on his toes like that.
They make my calves look so strong.
They do. I've seen the muscles.
Yeah, I don't know how women walk in heels. Anyway.
Not at all. I'm like, that's crazy.
I bought a pair of work boots.
And you know what? I'm
loggers with a
convinced
heel
of?
like that.
They don't do it for us. That they are not wearing heels because men think they're sexy. They're wearing heels for other women.
Well, yeah, that's
the reality of it. Because you know what? I don't care what you're wearing on your feet. I don't care how
I'm
much
trying to get you out of all that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care what you're wearing. It's like, yeah, we're good.
Take a hammer and knock the heels off and our flats.
Yep, enjoy.
Well, yeah, they buy these expensive bags and all that stuff. They aren't doing that for men.
No.
I don't notice that crap.
No. I 100%.
I only know the type of person my wife has because I pay for the damn thing. And how Michael Kors is a big one she likes. And it's like, do you like the bag? I don't know. It looks like the same one at Walmart for $12, but is whatever.
If you say it's good.
Yeah, well, we'll go with it. You're happy, I'm happy.
Yeah,
happy wife, happy life.
Put the purse in the closet. That way you don't get it dirty. Just use the Walmart bag.
That's exactly right. Yeah. Yeah, I got one of those weird texts last night. I'm
sorry, I dialed
weird
the wrong
text,
number.
he says, yeah,
I dialed the wrong number.
Please do tell.
Somebody
What's
in Sao Paulo, Brazil, was trying to log into my Apple account.
Oh,
all right.
And I'm like, what? And I'm driving. What am I supposed to do?
This
Pull
is an
over.
emergency.
Pull over
I
and
did.
change
I pulled over and
change your
changed
password.
I had to change my password. I'm like, you got to be freaking kidding me.
I get that crap every once in a while too.
That's the kind of crap. What a terrible world we live in where people are trying to steal. It's my Apple account. What are you going to do with it?
Well, if you get the Apple account, you can get your Apple ID, you can get your credit cards
on my
there.
phone and
do a lot of damage.
That's why you don't put a credit card on your phone, just because you can wave your phone at the thing.
I don't
It's
put
so
anything.
freaking convenient, though.
Is it?
I use Apple Pay for everything.
I don't have any.
You know what?
I have my banking app on my phone.
Well,
Can I
no,
get
but
into my banking app. Too?
yeah. Well, no, not from there. But
Okay.
like, if you put a credit card on your phone, use the Apple Pay. I use it with my watch. Double click and then do it, and it doesn't even use your credit card number. So it's more secure than using a. Doesn't it?
Yeah, then how
creates
come
another.
somebody in Brazil is using this?
Well,
They aren't because I stopped them.
Well, and it wasn't the Apple ID thing. Yeah, we use Apple ID for everything. My wife, she doesn't even. A lot of times, she doesn't carry a purse, and she just use her phone to pay for
as an
stuff.
apple.
I'm a fruit.
Enough said there, peeps.
An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Okay.
You are
Another one that
I know.
Another one that failed grammar there.
His wife's going. That's not my husband.
But my wife was
I don't know who
laughing.
he is.
The last episode we did, Gary was in here, and
Yeah.
I was poking with the head. My wife, she said she had tears coming out her eyes. She was like, "Oh, that was so good."
Oh, that's funny.
I said it was fun.
Ask her if the insurance on you is paid up, because you were
is.
almost going out that door over the rail.
Oh, that's freaking funny, dude. That is really hilarious. So, it's the way life is. I don't think we ever finished the freaking intro. If you have a crazy and wild story you'd like to show us from the road, go ahead and contact us at hammerlanelegends@gmail.com. That's hammerlanelegends@gmail.com.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Buy me a coffee.
Totally like in my head, I'm like, I gotta remember to, because we got to circle back around, me and Peppermint
Circle back.
Patty or Tootie, whichever one that was.
This is why I said right at the beginning, do the whole thing. Nope, we'll just get it in there on the way.
He's such a party pooper. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You feel me, bro?
Bringing me down, man.
He is bringing me down. Come on, Bruce. Don't bring me down.
Yeah.
A little bit of ELO there. Huh? Yeah.
Don't bring me
anybody?
down. My wife gets a kick out of all your 80s, right? Because she's an 80s girl, too. She's like, I know that
Awesome.
song. She
Hey,
gets them
man.
all.
I love it.
The older movie references, not so much.
That's
But the
all right.
songs, she's like, oh, yeah.
She'll probably get the Ides of March, though. She's a smart person.
Well, maybe. I should.
Let's say.
All right. I
You might
heard
wanna
the term.
change that look on your face, because I said smart.
Because she's on like my level. Me and her, that's why we work so well together. It's like if I'm dumb, she's dumb in the same area. So it's like that's why we work good together.
More gooder.
More gooder.
More gooder.
More gooder.
Darnbag's more gooder than the other one. That's less gooder.
100%. That's fantastic. Well, you know what? It's good to know your limits. You know what I'm saying? Like Clint
I
Eastwood said,
said
a
it
man's
all
gotta know his
times.
limitations,
Yeah.
right?
I
Right? Is that
said
what you're
that
going
all
to say,
the time.
Ship?
I said that all the time.
Yep. A little bit of Clint Eastwood going on.
You got to
Statute
know
of
the
limitations.
limitations and parameters.
You got to know the statute of limitations too.
Yes,
Right.
you do. It's very helpful, especially if you're flying on somebody's jet.
I'm not on the passenger list, am I? No.
It's amazing. That jet doesn't crash. Everything else does.
That's a good point. But he's dead anyway.
No, he
Or
didn't
is
kill
he?
himself, but
Or
Are
is
you
he?
sure?
Hmm.
I don't know. They said he did. So,
I don't know. P. Diddy's still around. He apparently has a lot of dirt on a lot of people. So,
yes, he.
and he hasn't committed suicide yet.
The nice thing about not making any money is that, what are they going to sue me for?
Yeah, that's true. Allegedly, just say allegedly.
Allegedly before everything.
Allegedly, he diddled some kids, but allegedly.
Allegedly, this is Hammer Lane Legends, but I'm not confessing to anything.
The opinions and views of the host are
Of everybody on this show may not necessarily be those of Hammer Lane Legends
or Merkel Media.
or Merkel Media.
yeah.
Get the phone call from
I got opinions, but
the
you
overlords. Excuse me, this is our lawyer.
got to have a conversation.
I would like to you read the page. I would like to apologize for everything that I have said.
Like The View, we're doing a friggin' retraction every other day.
Well, when you say a bunch of lies and BS, that's what's going to happen.
We have to read a retraction. No kidding.
Oh, do you see we got rid of her on? Well, she's not on The View anymore, but Rosie's moving to Ireland.
Oh, she already moved. She's there. Yeah. I saw a video of her today. She's
we're all going to miss her so much.
I know.
The country has lost a treasure.
Our loss is their gain, I guess. You know.
Her, DeGeneres, and Garth Brooks. Goodbye.
Oh, yeah. Garth Brooks leave too?
Yeah, apparently.
Well, fantastic.
Him and the Trish took off to Ireland
Him
also.
and the Trish.
I would have thought he was more Republican than...
No.
Yeah, he's very...
Is he?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, teach their own. You do you.
Whatever.
Boo.
You do you, boo.
Yep.
You want to move to another country? Go over... Like,
I'm not going to lose any sleep.
What's her face went over to Britain? Ellen DeGeneres.
Ellen DeGeneres, yep.
She went to Britain, and she was there, 3 weeks, and her either house burned down or flooded or something. I was like, things are going good for you over there, huh?
Apparently, they don't want you either.
Which house flooded? Which house burned?
I don't know. Well, right, yeah, no, the one she's living in over there, I think it was a flood or something.
Because if the one in California, flooded, might have saved their house from burning. Just spitballing.
All right, we got good news and bad news. Your house flooded.
And then it burned.
But
we
kept
dried
it from
everything
burning.
out.
Your house flooded with gasoline, and then it burnt down. I don't know. What can I say?
Holy crap.
I don't know. I think to myself, and this is my own opinion, and I'm entitled to it. If you're that narrow-minded, that pedantic, go ahead and move. Do whatever you got to do. America's still going to be here in 4 years when Donald Trump is no longer president. That's
the politicians over there are the same as over here. There's two sides to most countries over there. Two sides.
Yeah.
Conservative. Sometimes
a couple of them are a little obtuse, but
ooh, look at the word.
Look at the big brain on Chipper.
Wow.
At least he read a big word.
Can he spell it?
He used a thesaurus.
And I don't know. I think it's so stupid. If
I got to give him credit though. That everyone always says, "I'm leaving the country if this person gets it."
They did.
They did. So
100%. You're right.
Your props there.
If that's what you want to do, you do you. I don't care.
It's like all the people protesting the Teslas and stuff. 5 years ago, Elon Musk was the savior of the. He's going to give us electric cars, and now because of the way his political views are. Oh, now he's evil. We have to destroy his. Right. They're shooting at his dealership.
It's ridiculous.
And setting trucks on the cyber trucks on fire, setting cars on. They're burning supercharged. Who does that hurt? That's not going to hurt Elon.
No,
that's all insured. He's like, all right, well, that's we can take that car off our books. We're going to get paid from the insurance company for that.
Yeah. It's just
children acting up.
The sad thing is that we live in a country now where if you don't have my opinion on everything. Then you're a hater. You hate me, and you're a Nazi, and you're everything under the sun but a human being. And I just don't get that. It's like I never thought that. I mean, I don't understand people who voted for Joe Biden, and I have no problem. You vote for it, that's okay. You vote the way you want to vote. I'm just saying I don't understand it. Just like you look at me and you say I don't understand how you could vote for Trump. I don't really care. I'm not asking you to understand it. I'm just saying I respect your right to do whatever you want to do. Respect mine.
Yeah, but on the flip side of it, people like Trump and Elon don't do themselves any favor by Elon going on and doing it. I'm throwing my heart out. No, dude, you know exactly. If he didn't know what he was doing, and I know he's a little on the spectrum there, so maybe he didn't understand what he was doing. But come on, any sane person, that was a Sig Heil, and even if that's not what you meant, you're giving them fuel. Right. And Trump does the same thing. Just learn to shut up a little bit.
But they need to stop being so sensitive about everything.
I get that.
Because you could fall in line with everything that they want you to do, and they'd still complain about you. They'd still be upset about Donald Trump. And because here's the thing, this is what I said to Michelle. I'm sitting there watching some of these stupid news reels this morning, like on CNN, and I said to Michelle, it seems like they haven't learned that more than 50% of this country voted for Donald Trump. Yeah. And you're still doing the same stupid bull crap you were doing 4 years ago.
Well, they don't have any other playbook.
They haven't learned anything.
They don't have any other playbook.
There's no right.
It's just
and they're losing viewership left and right. And you know what? More power to you. If you're going to lose viewership, I have no problem with that. Have at it. Have a good time. You've got your base of 5 or 10 people.
It's just I don't understand the whole thing. We had to put up with the last 4 years. With Biden.
Yeah, we put up with all the bull
we
crap.
Bitched and we moaned and we complained and we we're not about burning stuff because somebody
but we did have our insurrection.
Oh God.
Yeah, because an unarmed insurrection is going to get a lot done.
Yeah,
you know?
You mean the tour of the Capitol?
Yes,
the
the Capitol Police helped them open the doors and walk around.
The unscheduled tour of the Capitol.
I've found that to be
if you went into the Capitol that day and you weren't supposed to, you should get in trouble.
Yeah, I have no problem.
But you shouldn't do in 22 years.
No. In solitary confinement, because you walk through the Capitol building.
And yet, if you're an illegal, you can go out and rape a girl, get put in jail. 24 hours later, you're back out on the street.
Yeah,
I don't
it doesn't compute.
That's where they lose a lot of people. That's why Trump won.
Yeah,
you're just I don't know. I get so pissed off and frustrated at it. And then my wife hate watches The View. And wants to tell me she gets a kick out of it. I don't find it funny.
Yep.
Anthony Cumia, who's now on broadcast radio again, if you want to look from the Opie and Anthony show.
Opie and Anthony,
he's doing a show at WABC out of New York at the AM station.
Yeah.
You can, if you have a podcast app, you can type in Anthony Cumia, and Sunday nights he does a show. A little political, but a little comedy.
Right. Yeah. I'm a little political.
But I mean, I forgot where the hell I was going with that. I got stuck on Anthony.
The View.
Yeah. Oh, The View. He plays clips of The View. There you go. Thank you. I didn't need a reset.
You're welcome.
Just hit it. Oh, there it is. Okay. The record was skipping. But he plays the View and then complains about it. I get so pissed off. My wife.
I can't deal with them.
Do you know what Whoopi said? Do you know what
this? She's an idiot.
She's the only one. Or and the Joey Behar. I don't know who the other ones are. It's like she said this and she said that, and then I hear my wife will play it for me, or Anthony will play it on his show, and it's like a diatribe, and you could tell
the most obnoxious thing.
It's this whole little speech. You could tell they sat in front of a mirror and went over this to fine tune it and say just the right thing, and then the people in the audience are going, "Yeah."
That's the thing I can't understand.
And they said nothing that was worth anything.
No,
if you're half of a
kind of like this show,
kind of
at times,
the show about nothing, Seinfeld.
We should get that little music.
That might not be royalty free.
That'd be an infringement.
It would be an
copyright.
Infringement.
YouTube would say you can't do that. Which all right,
take down all their shows.
Yep,
demonetize them. No, you can't do that.
Go ahead.
I dare you.
Who do you think I am, Joe Rogan? Yeah, but I live my political life in this morass of look, you do you and it's okay.
Morass.
Yeah. It's like
please explain.
A morass. It's like a swamp.
Swamp ass?
Swamp morass.
This morass is stinky.
I don't care what you do. You vote the way I don't care. I'm not it's like all these pronoun people. I don't care about your pronouns. No, I don't even care. I don't care about your pronouns. I'm not here. I don't know you. You're not my friend. We're not pals. We're not buddies. We're not friends. I'm not going to friend you on Facebook. I don't care what your pronoun is when I walk into the store. All I care about is where are the beans.
That's what I care about. This is what I care about. Let's get the kids in grammar school to pass grammar.
Yes.
If they're young enough to pick their pronouns, but they don't know what a pronoun is, then how can they be picking them?
They're too young to pick a pronoun.
Right.
I agree. That's where I'm at with it. It's like, I don't care. I don't care about your pronouns.
What's a pronoun?
It's a professional noun. Pronouns.
Oh.
Didn't you know that?
I did.
It's like professional NBA
Did you ever watch Conjunction Junction?
What's your function?
Conjunction. Oh, God. I don't want the bill.
I am just a bill sitting on Capitol Hill.
And that's another rail we just saw.
Yes, sir.
Saturday morning.
Just grab the third rail.
At least we learned something.
Schoolhouse Rock.
Yeah, Schoolhouse Rock. We learned something. Not like today. Well, they learned stuff today.
Yeah, alternative history and stuff that never happened. And
you can pick your bathroom and, it's crazy.
Pick your nose.
You can pick your nose.
Wait a minute.
You can't pick your friend's nose. Well, you could if you want to, but.
I can go in the girls' bathroom. Ooh,
I know. Right?
I'm a woman.
Yep.
I got to go pee.
Look, I get it. People, you do whatever you want to do. You're free to go to hell if that's what you want. That's just where I'm at with most of it anymore. And I know I don't mean to sound callous. I'm just like, look, You do you, boo. It's all right. Because
on that vein where everything is like woke, do you ever watch the TV show Designated Survivor with Kiefer Sutherland?
no.
It was on, I don't know, one of the networks for 2 years, and then it got canceled, and Netflix picked it up. And Netflix did a 10-run season 3.
Okay.
First 2 really good show. I was entertained by it. My wife and I just got done watching season 3.
Yeah.
They, in 10 episodes, they managed to cram in every woke transgender.
They crashed a plane.
Gay. How
They
the
did the whole
pharmaceutical
LGBTQ
everything.
2A thingy.
Pharmaceutical companies, how bad they are for people, how bad capitalism is. In a 10 episode, I was just watching this. I love the first 2 seasons, and my wife is just like, I don't like the season.
What happened?
Yeah, like,
it was so good.
Where'd they go?
This is garbage.
Unlike, I got all this advice from different people that I knew. Was it Black Mirror?
Ooh, that's hard.
I watched episode 1, and I got so mad that anybody would think that I would find having sex with a pig interesting.
Okay.
I was literally livid about it. I'm like, that was the most I would never.
Okay, I'm gonna go here. Everything tastes better with bacon.
Oh, geez.
I just
saying.
That was one of those shows that just
the shows with Black Mirror. I don't never watched the whole thing. If you take certain episodes, they're all like standalone for the most part.
How do these people have time to watch TV?
Well, that's why I don't watch the whole thing.
Time.
Huh.
And I get home really early now.
Rub it in, why don't you? But anyway, you were saying about Black Daywalker.
If you take certain episodes, they're not all like
and
that.
I know, but I just my thought was, how could you make that your very first episode? That is so off-putting that you're like, you know what? I would never watch your show again because it was so disgusting.
Well, it's kind of like how the election went this year. Some people voted for him, some people
that's for you, but most people go, what the hell is it? What are they going to do next week? I got to tune. That's what they're hoping for. It's the same
totally
reason Howard Stern got so popular.
That's true. What's
I have to tune in
tomorrow.
Yeah, I got to see what this idiot's going to do tomorrow. Right. That's awesome. I was like,
but the thing is like with Howard Stern, back then you couldn't see it.
But
it was just on the but it was just on the radio. Where this is like visual. I'm like watching. I'm like, no, you didn't.
I just got done. I went for a club sandwich. What's up, baby?
Because it just, I don't know. It was just
BLT.
It was just so weird to me, and I don't know
if I ever watched the first episode. I can't.
I mean, I never watched any episodes after that. Not that my one opinion is going to make any difference to Netflix. It's like, so what? So Brian doesn't watch. Oh.
Did you ever go? You said you were going to watch the new Roadhouse on Prime.
I did watch it.
What did you think of it?
Oh, I thought it was really. Michelle and I both sat and watched it.
It was entertaining.
It was actually really good. Yeah, it was fun to watch.
I don't know if it was a Oscar-winning movie, but it was entertaining.
No, but it was fun to watch. I mean, I had a blast watching it. I started it. I got like a third of the way through. And Michelle came home from grocery shop, and I said, "Hey, you want to watch this movie? I'll start it over again." That was that good. I actually started over.
I want to see Conor McGregor in more stuff. Character that he played there.
I mean, he was a horrible actor, but it was funny. Good. It was. I thought it was great. It was a fun movie to watch. I was like, yep, this is not going to get an Oscar. This is not even not an Emmy, nothing. This isn't even a People's Choice Award. This is like,
the original Roadhouse wasn't good.
I never saw the original one with Patrick Swayze.
You never saw it?
No, I never watched it.
It still holds up today as a really bad movie, but you can't stop watching it.
That's how this was. But I will say, I do like Jake Gyllenhaal or Gyllenhaal, however you say his name, whatever it is. I liked him. I thought he was good in the movie. Yeah, it was just he played the part well.
Yeah,
like this kind of drifter who drifts into town, and
the first one follows a similar premise with Patrick Swayze as Jake Gyllenhaal, and everything is just cheesy and stupid, but you just can't stop. Even my wife likes that. Yeah, the old Roadhouse.
I'll have to watch that one. I'm sure it's streaming somewhere.
Somewhere, yeah. They drive a monster truck through a car dealership, and
that's awesome.
Like that's fun. Doesn't make any sense in the scheme of things,
it's like watching Over the Top with the kids. When they were kids, it was like cheese. But it was It was fun to
Or I
watch.
thought that's an arm wrestling movie.
Yeah,
So
with Sylvester
he's
Stallone.
driving down the road in his truck.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I want to do in the truck.
yeah.
Trying to get his arm strong.
But yeah, I thought it was a really good movie. I had a great time watching it. I watched it a couple of times when I was homesick.
This is the movie recommendation portion.
I know, right? This is Siskel and Ebert. Is that Siskel?
No, they're both dead now. Anyway,
Are they both dead?
I am pretty sure.
Oh, wow.
One got the cancer that had to remove part of his jaw, I think, and
Wow, I didn't know that.
yeah, they're.
Oh, I saw. It made me think of that. I saw Adelaide Reinhardt from Cincinnati, the Cincinnati driver whose son has cancer.
Yeah,
he showed me a picture. His son's cheek is really. Wow. That's where the cancer's at in his jaw.
That's where it's like a softball size. They said,
but he said it's as much on the inside as it is on the outside. It's like this huge thing. I'm like, oh crap. I mean, I just
how do you even eat like that? Like,
I know. I felt so bad for him.
That's rough.
So, yeah, it really is. And I just wanted to remind everybody that the GoFundMe is out there for him. And if you think about it, just go look for it. You can go into the show notes
for that episode.
Episode about 3 weeks ago, I guess it was.
Jason can drop it in this show notes of this one too.
I'll mention it to him. See if we can drop it in.
Chuck can drop it in.
Yeah, Chuck.
Yeah, Chuck. Fred. What we just changed names with the AI.
Nope, I have to write this down.
He just spells it weird. So
no.
Chuck.
That's Jason with a Y. Oh, sorry about that. Yep, good thing.
Your earphone.
Yeah. Oh well, they worked.
They did.
But it just made me think of that, and because I thought about it, I said to him, I wanted to make sure we mention it again today, or on the show again.
Yeah,
just
definitely.
today, but because it's rough. It's really rough. But didn't mean to be a Debbie Downer, but
now you brought us all down, man.
It's quiet.
I guess we can talk about something with trucking. I was telling you before the company that I've been. It's called Range Energy, and what they're doing with the trucks. Yeah, instead of everyone going after electrifying the tractors, they're electrifying the trailers, putting a big old battery on your trailer and an electric axle that helps propel the truck down the road, slow it down, take over some of the load. And
does that diminish the amount of weight that the trailer can actually pull, or
the e-axle and the battery? The whole thing weighs $5,000. So it will.
I mean, to a point.
You take away the other axle, it may be like, I don't know, 4,000, 4,500 pounds. Maybe it'll lower your thing. But what you're making up for is it can double and triple your fuel economy on a diesel truck.
That is crazy.
And like double your range on an electric tractor if you have that. So I just found it very interesting that they're able to do this.
I would imagine like in the LTL business, where you're not. Most of the time, you're not hauling anything that is,
super heavy.
Even maxed out. You're not hauling anything that's maxed out for the most part.
Well, yeah, we are.
I mean, we're not PJACs.
There used to be 54,000-pound trailers because I used to load them. Send them to Muskegon.
Yeah, just take that bill out of the stack and nobody knows what's in there.
No,
it was all on the fifth wheel plate too.
Amazing. Well, it seems to be how some of these terminals load.
Late breaking. We interrupt this regularly scheduled program. The Food and Drug Administration has issued a recall
for food and drugs.
Please say it ain't my Viagra.
Bottles of International Delight Cinnabon Creamer and International Delight Hazelnut Creamers.
Oh no!
They are recalled. So
good thing I didn't buy it
due to the fact of spoilage and illness with the use of this product.
Well, thank you, sir, for that update.
Go. So
fantastic.
Just drink the coffee black.
It's good to know that our
we now return you to the regularly scheduled program already in progress.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Public service announcement.
We do it all. Of course, by the time this one goes out, that recall will be over.
If you already drank it, you're already dead. Don't matter.
Don't worry about it. You're good.
You're either dead or you're still sitting on the toilet.
And if you're not, just consider yourself lucky.
Thanks for looking.
Yep.
I thought that creamer tasted tangy. I don't know.
That reminds me of buy me a coffee.
Maybe not so much a lot.
Buy me the coffee, not the creamer.
Keep the creamer. Just use some allulose to sweeten it, please.
Allulose? That's specific.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be the newest
It's a sugar substitute.
Yeah, sugar substitute. That actually doesn't affect your blood sugars at all.
Oh, really?
And, yeah, it's supposed to actually help lower them.
What else does it do to you, though, on the other end? There's always
gives you a third arm in 6 weeks.
Yeah, my sugars are really low, but something's wrong with my testicles.
Explosive.
Yeah.
I have a strange rash in my nether regions.
Is this one supposed to be that big?
My underwear don't fit no more, but my sugars are low. There's always something that sounds good on TV. It's like,
well, thanks for listening.
As is with most artificial sweeteners, they can have an effect on your gastrointestinal areas.
Oh,
Yeah,
low
so-
blood sugar by farting up a storm.
or explosives, explosive diarrhea.
Yeah,
You know,
at
it's
least
not
everything's
just regular.
flowing through.
That's right. Everything is open. Don't
In
worry
at
about
205, out by 218.
Sugars can't go up. Your body doesn't have time to do nothing with it. It just goes right out.
it. And it drags everything with it. You know?
Twinkie in. 5 minutes later, Twinkie out.
Twinkie out. Yeah, it is.
All
great.
ready for that colonoscopy.
Go figure.
Twinkie come out floating. Okay, we made it.
Yep.
Log flume.
All them wonder drugs they have dancers and singers on, and then right at the end of the commercial, this may cause severe death. And like, I don't know, man. This doesn't sound so good.
You know,
If you're allergic to it, it may cause
are there
death.
different stages of death? Severe death? Isn't death just death?
How?
Allergic to bullets too. That caused death.
How do you know if you're allergic to it? You
Oh,
die.
it's lead poisoning.
Whoops. I know. It's like, and have you noticed the people in the commercials for these things?
It
Yeah,
depends on
totally.
what it is. They're always
Like,
dancing and singing.
Yeah, the was it
Jardians.
Jardians?
The little pill with the big story
Apparently
to
it's not
tell.
doing any good.
Yeah, they're bigger chunky people.
That's my point. I'm like, what in the world? I mean, I'm a big chunky guy, but I'm not dancing around in a commercial that says "Take our pill."
It's a little pill with a big story to tell.
It is a little pill, has a big story to tell.
And
You're right.
all the stuff that people are taking now, it's supposed to be for diabetic,
The
but
Ozempic stuff, and all that?
Ozempic and stuff. Read the list of side effects.
I know, right?
Like,
And people are willing to take a shot.
I think I'll just be fat. Thank you.
Yeah,
You know,
I think it's healthier.
I think so.
I'm not trying to be a trendsetter, but whatever.
Look at you being a
That's
trendsetter. Look at you being on the inside.
Yeah.
He's got the inside track.
Any outside.
That's like the girl who's the track girl. Did you see that? The baton
she
later.
beat her-
The mugging on the track and field.
I was like,
She
what?
whacked-
And then
She's beating me.
And she sits there crying how I wasn't trying to hit her.
Both of you
Really?
What? You swung a baton at her head.
You reach him back to do it. I was like, wow.
Back into the right.
Jeez, if I knew I could do that in school to win in a race, I could.
Wow.
Yeah, that was,
Even I could win a race that way.
just trip everybody.
And I've only got one good hit, and even that's questionable. But holy cow, I saw that yesterday. I was like, really?
I saw it a few days ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's currently
I'm catching up.
4 or 5 days behind.
Yeah,
on the
usually
news.
that's how my
Usually
life
I'm pretty
is.
late too. I didn't know when it was up, but
I just saw it.
I think it was Anthony Cumia. Like, I was on his podcast. He brought it up. I was like, well, when I get home, because I heard it in the truck. I got home and I had to go look it up.
Did you ever see the Hodgkin twins? The two
Hodgkin.
black guys? The twins. They're the ones that I saw that were doing it. So they were hilarious with it. So that's why I was,
I'm trying to think. The name sounds familiar.
I know you know them if you saw them. I'll bring them up
Probably.
and
the
just.
name sounds familiar.
Yeah, it was. They were just hilarious with it because they were just friggin' laughing about the whole thing and going, who's she kidding? She's sitting there crying and.
Well, yeah. When you get caught and beating the crap out of your opponent, you're going to cry a little bit, probably. It was just probably a momentary slip of she's beating me.
The two guys on either side.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I seen that. I seen
The
their.
assault and battery.
Yeah, that was hilarious. I mean, I just sat and I laughed. I was like, yeah, whatever. And of course, those guys are hilarious about it. So anyway, that's all that's in the news. That's all that's fit to
Oh
print.
no, that's not all that's in the news.
That's all I'm going to talk about.
It's
man.
what's trending.
It is what's trending. What's trending? We're trending.
Yeah, right.
We, Hammer Lane Legends, we're trending. We're going to be trending.
Where?
Well, maybe. Probably not.
Hammerlin, what?
Yeah, exactly. But
I'm not watching a show about carpentry. Not that kind of hammer.
nope. That's all right though. It was a nice night driving up. I got all the way up to freaking Massachusetts this morning, and then it rained all the way back. I was like, well.
Yeah, well, last night I got off of work at a decent. Well, I got off a little late. But I was like, you know what? My car's been dirty all week. I ran over to the car wash, got the U-hose it. I went home. I wiped it all down.
You hose it?
Yeah, you hose it yourself.
Oh, you hose a car wash.
I went and hosed it.
Take it to work and just put a sign in front. Hose my car, please.
No, the self-serve car wash.
Is that like the you store it, you hose it?
You hose it.
Oh, something really perverted popped there. I'm going to draw the line.
Right?
I'm going to stop.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I was like, I spent, it takes you what? A couple of minutes to wash the car at the car wash. You come home, I wipe it all down. I even put armor all on the wheels. I got new wheel covers, so I put them on to make it look all nice and everything.
Wow.
I get up this morning, fucking rain.
It rained.
I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Now it's all spotted.
I did the mistake. I looked at the weather and they said they didn't want rain until until next week. I said, well, at least I'll have a clean car for the weekend.
Right.
Well, I got news for you, sweetheart. It's gonna rain tomorrow.
I know.
More fun.
Because I looked at the weather like 2 days ago, and of course, it changes 20 times.
You should have gone out and you should have moved out to California before they had the drought. You could have washed your car once, and it would have rained, and it'd have been fine.
Or it could have burnt down.
The Palisades wouldn't have burnt down.
I could have saved it.
You could have been the hero.
Or I could have used the last drop of water.
Or you could have done that. Because, why fill a reservoir?
Need that.
Being serviced.
I'm really cynical. I'm a very cynical person. I've found that I'm more cynical now than I've ever been in my life.
I'm probably rubbing off on you, huh?
Yeah, you are. That's what I have thought about that many, many times. How long have I been doing this show as shipper? 2 years. How long have I been this
cynical? He used to skip into the studio. Hi, everybody. And then he comes in.
Very happy, man. I was very,
F this place. F you. F everything.
I don't want to be here. But I don't care anymore. It's like, yeah, you know what? You voted for it.
And they keep voting.
And they keep voting. And that's why it's like, I know there are people out there who don't vote for it. But then I look at it, I'm like, well, I mean.
Would you buy a used Tesla?
Yes.
Would you?
Well, that depends. There's some factors like buying any used car. How many miles are on it? How was the battery taken care of? And you can do all that stuff. But absolutely.
I just figure it's a good time.
Are you thinking about it, Ship?
Good time to suck one up for my wife. She goes 3 miles every 4 years.
Well, that car will last.
It will last for a while.
For
one charge.
Yeah, you charge it up in 2025. Charge it again in 2029.
Dude, yeah, there you go.
2 years to put 3,000 miles on the car.
That's about what my wife. That's about what my wife does. I change her oil every year, not because of mileage, just because it's a year. It needs to get done. A year. I think last year she only did. I don't even think she did 3,000 miles.
Wow.
Well, we got to inspect it because I don't have to pay for emissions on her car because if you go less than 5,000, yeah, you don't have to do it.
Michelle never winds up there.
No, it still has to be done, but they get an exemption sticker.
Yeah, I got an exemption sticker, so I'm not paying the full.
Right.
I will never
full
get
nut
that.
on it is, but
exemption.
I don't pay for emissions on any cars now.
Apparently, you don't.
My car doesn't have any emissions.
No, it does not.
Unless I'm farting in it. There's no emissions.
And then you can make it sound like there's emissions. Though.
It does, Elon. I can make the car fart.
Yeah, I think that's kind of funny. I think it's hilarious.
It is, and
it's a sense of humor.
I can even set it up in the thing there when somebody climbs in and sits down in the seat. If fart sound comes from underneath their seat.
Nice.
Yeah,
I think that's hilarious.
Childish. It's so fun. It's fun.
It's freaking funny. I would do that. I'd do that in a heartbeat.
My wife plays with a lot of that stuff. It's like I went in, I first got the car. I play with all these little things. Like, yeah, it's fun. I'll never think about it again because it has a light show on it too. If it's like light out,
yeah.
And it has like on my car, it can't open the doors or anything. But on some like the Model X, the big expensive Tesla with the gull wing door with the Falcon wing doors, it goes through this whole. It plays
Falcon wing different from gull wing. I'm just curious. I'm asking. I mean, in a serious way. I'm not like
the gull wing, the whole door comes up.
Okay.
So it's like I guess the seagull, the whole wing is where a falcon can kind of fold its wings in. Oh, and if you look at the Tesla Model, they did it. They go up, but they don't flop out until they're high enough so it doesn't hit the car next to you. So, like the minivans have the sliding doors,
Yep.
so kids don't fling their doors open. It's easier to load in and out.
Yeah.
Well, that was the same premise there. They want the doors to lift up and not go out, so you can park real close. So,
That's neat.
But with that, when the lights show, it had the doors open up, the front doors open up, the windows go up and down. It's playing a symphony thing. The lights are going off.
Wow.
And it's something neat, but it's like, I hope
it's useless, but
it's fun
cool.
for like kids the first couple times. And it's like, you could put your own like song in it. Somebody did it, The Office, the TV show, The Office. Yeah. They did that theme and their Tesla was blinking the lights and everything.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's like stuff like that. It's a lot of fun stuff that is neat the first time, but it's just save the money. I wish I could save some money and take that crap out.
Does it cost anything extra?
No, it comes with the car.
Like it's just
it comes with the car. It's
fun.
It is. I mean, but now that like he was saying about used Teslas, everyone out, especially the liberals, I'm selling my Tesla. I'm like, okay, you're just flooding the market with them. Now's a great time to buy a lightly used Tesla, because
the prices are going to come down.
Huge depreciation hit because of that. But
mad, well, again,
Tesla lost over almost half of its value because of Elon. They went from over a $1.5 trillion. Was their evaluation. Now they're at like 700 billion. They lost half in the last couple months. And Elon lost, I don't know. He's still the richest guy in the world, but I think his fortune was always couple like 40%. Which he does
like a 290 something or something. 290 some billion.
I don't know. It's more money that he can ever spend, so he doesn't care. But it's not looking. If something does it, that's why they had
14.
That's why they opened up the Tesla dealership on the White House lawn. I think Trump threw him a bone because you never saw that from any president before.
No.
They never endorse
product.
I mean, you'll see a president go to a company and do a speech at a company like a union company or something.
Yeah.
But they put all the Teslas on the lawn, and Trump says he's going to buy one. Hannity says he's going to buy one now. And I hate that Hannity is a big one because my wife watches Hannity every night.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I can't wait to get my car that can drive itself. I was like, oh, dude, just stop saying it. It doesn't drive itself. Come on, knock it off. You're putting, it doesn't.
I'm not a Hannity fan.
I'm not a
You
Hannity
didn't hear me say that.
I'm not a Hannity fan either.
I'm not.
But my wife watches American. It's like, well, he's on our side. I was like, a little too much. Yeah. He's up.
He's shrill.
Well, that's one word. But he's too far. He's gone a little.
Annoying. He's annoying to me. And I'm the most conservative person I know. I'm very conservative.
Yeah, he goes too much. He goes too much. Over the line. There's got to be. Yeah, you watch MSNBC and all that stuff. It's like, oh,
I can't go that far either.
Yeah, it's like you can't go on that. I'm like, there's like doesn't seem to be anybody.
And who I like I just think because he's hilarious. Jesse Waters.
Oh yeah,
he's just hilarious.
Gutfeld is good too.
Gutfeld is good too. Yeah, but he's be Red Eye now. It's Gutfeld.
Yeah, he's more comedy than
it is.
He throws comedy in with
which is why I like Jesse Waters because it's kind of like you got some stories here, but he does it in a funny way. It's like it's not intriguing. It's just inviting. You know, what I mean, like he doesn't take himself too seriously, and I like that. Because everybody's so freaking serious about all this crap right now. It's like, just shut up. Who cares? I mean,
that's what I say.
At some point, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah. Hopefully, it comes quicker.
Yeah. Hopefully, it's sooner than later, right?
Right.
I know, right? I just don't.
Just waiting for death or retirement, whichever
whichever
first.
one. Yeah. It's like it's like I said to Shipper. I've taken care of everything. If death comes first, Michelle's got. She's fine. She'll be taken care of. Nope. I'm happy.
People say, I forget it was one of the comedians that said that death or retirement. Actually, I'm hoping for death, less paperwork.
Yeah, it really is. I don't have to worry about anything.
Retirement, I got to fill out form after form after form. And...
No, I don't want to have to worry about any of this crap.
But don't you care
you're
about...
going to tax me for taking my 401k money. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, with that 59.5, you're allowed to take it, right?
Yeah, but they still charge you tax on it because. Yeah, unless you did the Roth IRA.
I did par. I kind of have a nice happy mix there.
Yeah, I didn't do the happy mix. I just did it all. So I didn't, I was an idiot, And now it's too late to worry. Well, I got like 10 years.
I got to thank my wife for that. I was like, I didn't think, when we first got together, I didn't think of nothing about retirement or anything like that.
I heard that.
No, you got to start. I'm glad I did now. I'm doing all right. But I wouldn't have. I would have probably been in my 30s or late 30s before I even thought about retirement.
Right. Yeah. I mean, when I started at Pitt, I started it and I've been doing it since. And And it's like I said, they tell you. I mean, this is the last thing I had heard when I talked to. I forget who it was. I think it was Keith Warmbein. It's supposed to double every 7 years. Oh, if I got 10 years left. If it doubles one more time. I mean, I don't know I don't even know if it's true that it does that or not. That's just what I was, I remember somebody telling me, and I want to say it was him, but I don't know. Like, I'm not for sure.
If that's true, man, my wife will be sitting pretty, her new husband, after I'm dead, because it's not gonna.
That's what I said. I'm
I got 16 more years till I can officially retire. It'll probably be earlier than that anyway, but till I can officially retire.
How old are you?
51.
Oh yeah, 16 years.
So 16 and a half, if you want to get all technical.
Very true. I got 10. This year is 10 years.
Look at that.
Shipper's got 3.
4 months.
4 months.
Physical's coming up. You never know.
Well, I just had mine today, so I'm good for another year.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. That's like one of those things that I don't want to die right away. Like I'd like to make it to retirement just so I can take everything off of my license and say I'm done. Because I don't care when I retire. That's it.
Oh, it seems like so much paperwork. Then
I don't even care. I'm just gonna let it lapse.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna re-up anything. I'm not gonna redo my physical. They're gonna send me a letter and say that if you don't do this, that's the plan.
Isn't that a pain in the ass?
It is, and they get 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah,
it's holy crap, people! I know.
You get your first threatening letter 6 months out, and then you get another one 3 months out saying we're gonna take your CDL if you don't get a physical. Yep. And then I just got one the other day because I'm 2 weeks out.
You open it up, you're right. Take it and put it back in the envelope and write return to sender.
What a waste that is.
It is. It's like, what are you freaking doing?
I know I have to get a physical. It's on my. I know what I'm doing. If you're dumb enough to let your stuff run out, then that's on you. You don't need to send me 6 threatening letters.
And those people are the ones. Well, they never sent me anything.
There you go. Probably.
No, that's still on them. That's take care of your crap. It's where
this year the driver's license is due, the physical. It's like, and then if you have any kind of ailment, you're at that physical. You have a 1-year card, which is technically probably an 11-month card because you don't want to wait till the last minute to go.
Yeah,
I did that. I sit there on a Saturday morning. Can we get this done? Because I got to get the DMV and I got a podcast I'm doing.
How'd that work out for you?
I got a busy day. Yeah, I hate that. That's why I can't wait till it's over. I mean, I get it. I love. I don't. I was almost going to say I love what I do. I don't.
I tolerate what I do.
Tolerate what I got to do. I
the money's good.
You were leaving last night.
There are nights, every night. I feel like that every night. And there are nights where I say, I can't wait.
Yeah, I go into Harrisburg. Yep, Merkel's leaving. He's done.
He's out.
He's had it.
Yeah, well,
Having cranky pants is wide open.
Yep. It just drives me crazy. It's so frustrating. There are nights where you just come in and you're only you're going through the motions. And that's most days.
Well, it's like that during the day. Doing what I did, it's the same thing.
Totally understand it.
Twice this week, a Wednesday morning, they give me a trailer with no inspection sticker on it.
Nice.
I have to swing that load. Yeah, you did. The audience did not. I'm sharing.
He's opening up.
No inspection sticker. They had to swing the load. Then the next day, I get one. The ABS light.
It's easier slamming a sticker on it.
Well, the shop isn't there when I'm there in the morning. I can't do that.
You should start later.
Hang around till 6 o'clock. They'll be happy to see you.
I'm not doing that.
They're very nice over there.
Then they gave me a trailer where the ABS light is on, like most of our trailers.
Yep.
And of course,
if it's got an ABS light, it's on.
and what happens that morning? I get pulled in the Danbury scale house. I get inspected.
That's
when you get a violation for that.
When you realize that the ABS light is on.
Well, I don't. I like I joked about before. Taking a screwdriver, just popping that light out and snip, pushing it back in, and you're happy. But he noticed it on my dashboard because when I did the pump down test for the brakes, he was standing right on the
slab test. Does anybody still call it the slab test?
I call it the pump down test.
All right,
what's a slab test?
Static leak alarm buttons. Slab.
No, just pump it down until the button pops out. Until the buzzer comes on and
the buzzer comes on. Right. Alarm.
Yeah.
Then you keep pumping until the buttons pop.
I don't like the slap test. That sounds so violent.
It is very violent. It's very.
Don't slap me. But no, it's like he knows it on the dashboard.
Of course he did.
And I was like, and then he like leans. He's holding my grab bar. He leans back. He's like, "Oh yeah, your ABS light's on." Like, thank you for noticing.
Thank
Oh,
you,
you didn't
Mr.
have that
Officer.
ABS
Sir.
tape up there?
I think you would have
So,
noticed that.
What do they do with that?
It's a violation. It's not an out of service or anything,
It's a
but
CSA
it
point.
just probably for the company and probably for me too.
Yeah.
But because
That's why it doesn't pay to work.
I don't know
during the
why we
day.
can't have somebody just go around. I know the yard jockey's very busy.
100%. They work at Pitt, Ohio. I know
Hook
they're
up.
busy.
Plug in. I know it's got an electrical plug on. I know you don't use it, but plug in. Make sure. Just do a quick walk around for any trail that's going out before 6 a.m.
Don't you think? Just spitballing here. We've got 5 mechanics. They have a truck. Somebody could just drive around the yard and plug them in. I mean, we have how many terminals?
Well, they were doing that for a while, like on weekends and stuff. But okay, that's on the weekend. So Monday morning, everything's ready to go.
Right.
What about the rest of the week?
Yep.
And you don't open till 5:30, and then until you get the shop up and going, it's 6 o'clock.
I'm just spitballing.
It's like
they could do it.
Well, we're gonna have to. And if I push, I know it's gonna. Well, why don't we just have you start later? I'm like, no, thank you.
Yeah, it's all right. I'll take.
I don't even know if I want to
chances.
go back to. If I have to go back and doing the second one, I think I'm gonna probably go back to nights because I can't.
You don't want to come back tonight. It's terrible.
I'm working 5 to 8 hours less doing a week doing the
daytime,
the first shift, the first Ross than I did the second one.
Wow.
I was bumping up against 60 hours a lot on that doing the second one.
I'm bumping up against 60 hours a lot now.
Well, yeah, but you're actually if you're doing longer runs,
yeah,
60.
Yep, I'm bumping uglies is what I'm bumping. I don't like the clock. I hated it. That's the thing
what?
I hate. The clock.
Oh, the clock.
clock.
I was like, if you're talking about bumping uglies,
Yeah, I'm talking the clock.
Sorry, didn't clean my ears this morning.
I hate it. I do. I find it so frustrating. That's why I was saying this, the our earlier interview. That's the thing I hate the most about this industry is that the federal government says I can work 14 hours a day, and everybody expects you to.
But don't worry, pretty soon
I don't want to work 14
no tax
hours
on overtime, so we're going to pay by the hour again.
Well, that would be nice. There's got to be a way to figure that in for us. But
pay us by the hour. That's the easiest way to.
That is the easiest way.
Right.
And
You'll get
sometimes
no following distance videos. You'll get
Hell no.
videos.
Nope.
55, stay alive.
You got that right. Yep. All of a sudden, all their nighttime freight is getting back an hour and a half to 2 hours later. What happened?
Out of hyperspace. Shh.
It is now 2 hours to Harrisburg.
It literally does become ludicrous speed. I can't believe you're doing that slow. It ain't easy.
Yeah, I loved. Well, I shouldn't say I loved when I ran in the city. Came to nights. I came over right when they went to mileage. I was the first because you guys were given a choice because you were already.
And I held on to my hourly for a little while.
I did, and I was like, and after a while, I was like, all right, this is great until wintertime hits. Then it ain't so great. But for the most part, throughout the year, you average it out.
You do.
We usually do better.
Oh yeah.
But it's the waiting around, and I'd rather make less money.
Yep.
But while I'm there, I'm getting paid for the time I'm there.
That's the thing that frustrates me.
Now, I know not everybody's going to feel that way, but especially working there, and maybe I wouldn't have felt that way working at night all the time, but during the day.
Oh, I feel that way working at night.
I just
only because it makes everybody honest.
Yeah.
Because they can ignore you for hours.
Okay, it makes the company more honest.
That's
but then
what I mean.
They're worried about the drivers being less honest. I have to make my time. So they pull over, because they used to.
That's what they used to do.
They pull
when
over.
we laid out.
Yeah, to get extra time.
Yeah.
Because you're getting paid by the hour.
Yeah. They gave you 8 hours or something like that from Allentown to Cleveland.
2 miles from Cleveland, pull over on the side of the road.
Every wide spot on the freaking turnpike.
Is that a
back in the day?
You remember, right, Shep?
If you needed to find a Pitt, Ohio truck, you just look
on any wide spot.
Oh, look, they put a new Pitt, Ohio terminal in. Nope, they're just all part of it.
Just taking a nap.
No shit.
Yeah, that is true. Which is why they went to mileage. But in going to mileage, they decided we're just gonna. And I get it. No one way is going to be perfect. I get that. But man, there's nothing more irritating than going out and sitting someplace for an hour and a half or 2 hours, and you're not getting paid for that time. And they'll go to you, well, if you work the dock, you can, but they don't want me in there working the dock. There's nothing for me to do.
Well, out in Washington already, I've already I'll sweep the trailers. Okay, so I went around I was waiting hours for some special freight.
It's ridiculous.
I swept every trailer against the dock. And I walked up to the dock guy, the supervisor out there. He goes, "Okay, now what?" And he goes, "Want to sweep the trailers again?" Okay. Walk back, swept clean trailers.
Right.
I was like, I'm getting paid because I was so pissed off that I was going to have to wait, what was it, like 4 hours or something. They wanted me to sit there and wait.
Wow.
And that goes back to what you said. Just because I can work 14 effing hours, I don't want to.
Doesn't mean you want to.
Yeah.
100%.
It's like 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning, 6 o'clock. Sometimes you're leaving Washington.
Yep.
I got 5-hour drive ahead of me. And then you're worried, oh, you got to get proper rest and stuff.
Yep.
Well, I'm going home. I don't even have 10 hours until I come back in again the next night. You know, you're not going home right to bed.
No.
You know, unless I live at the terminal, I'm not getting 10 hours off.
Yep.
You're driving and like you
I got an hour ride home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I had to buy a self-driving Tesla. Just
I guess take a nap on my way home.
Drive, take a nap on it.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I think my Hyundai is self-driving. You know, go for it.
Just wait to hear the
Cruise control. Yep.
Just keep it veered slightly to the left and ride the wall.
All you gotta do is go to a boating place and put those bumpers that they have for the dock,
Exactly.
either front of the car, boom, Jersey wall, guardrail, boom. You guys go back and forth.
I agree with him. I'm so tired of hearing people tell me you need to get enough exercise and you need to get enough rest. Stop saying it because you don't mean it. That's just how I feel about it. Because if you did, you wouldn't be keeping me out here this long. There's no reason to. There's no reason why Allentown can get all of their freight done and get it out to Pitt and get out to Washington. And I get out there and there's terminals coming in from the west that I'm going to stand around and wait for an hour and a half or 2 hours.
That are closer than what we are.
They are closer than we are. And they couldn't get their freaking, I'm sorry. Allentown, we're the busiest terminal in the system. That's what we're told. I know I'm probably saying more than I should say.
I was told in 1997 we were going to get a new terminal.
We almost have
Still
one.
waiting.
we almost have half of one.
The power's turned on.
It is. I did notice. I did see the lights were lit, and it is pretty.
It is.
You know,
pretty.
it does look nice. They did a good job so far.
Yeah, I'm sure
We'll have
take
to
the
rip
power
up.
back off.
Yeah, we'll have
Yeah.
to rip out half the building. Nope, the doors are all crooked. We got to tear it down.
Ripping down lights. You know, but what are you gonna do?
The amount of money we spent on that new terminal already, we probably could have built two terminals.
Yeah,
because we
It's
build
crazy.
it, tear it down, let's build
Dope.
it again.
that's what I. Yeah.
Dope.
Well, where are they putting the rest of the new build? Is that going to be out in the front yard?
I thought the office was going to be out in the front,
Yeah.
and then the dock was going to get merged to it afterwards.
They're
You
gonna,
know,
they're
part of
gonna
that
merge them?
final phase.
They're going to
They're going
merge
to
them?
build to it.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
because they can't have the office.
Can't be an independent building.
Well, no, they didn't want it to be. You know,
I guess
that
it
way you
could
can
be,
get
but it
right
won't
on
be
the
very
tram
efficient,
car
you know.
and run the tram car down to the 80 doors and turn around, come back the other side.
We're gonna have a tram.
We're going to have a high-speed rail.
Well, it's not going to be high
California?
speed.
Are we going to spend a couple $billion
Tram
like,
car.
like
That's where your
California?
exercise is going to come in. It's going to be a pedal train.
Yeah.
I got to go to door 40.
This is awesome. What's a tram car? Is that how they're going to move the freight on the dock?
Did you say trans car? That's a car that's confused. Is it automatic or is it stick? I don't know.
It's both.
It's got a blown tranny in her.
Train here.
They're really going to connect the two buildings.
It's going to be. I
That's the
thought
plan.
it was all going to be one. Yeah, I thought it was all
'Cause I
going to
don't
be one.
listen.
till it's
I know
all
the
said and
office
done.
is going up. It's not going to be on a lower level. Like the dock is going to come out, and it's going to be like in Wessex, where the office is
up above it.
up above. It's going to be. That's what they
So
say.
they're going to look down on us.
They already do.
Like we do now.
Yeah,
They just are literally going to be able to
looking down.
This way they can get
Feel
their
ya.
manifest to you quicker because the
Just
tube
drop it.
just drops right down.
Or they'll just throw it.
The suck
Make an
tubes and-
airplane, throw it.
do they still use them in Harrisburg? The
Oh,
suck
yeah.
tubes?
That's the only way you get your the only way you get
Oh,
your manifest.
well, at least he was off mic for that one.
Yeah, well,
The
he's
AI
throw-
won't pick that one up.
Yeah. All of a sudden, his big boy voice comes out.
Believe me, I waited 52 minutes there last night
Oh my god!
52 minutes
because you thought
for
Allentown's
paperwork.
Allentown's dock sucked. There's a whole new meaning to the word suck.
For paper.
We've been doing this stuff. Piddle has been
That's-
around since '79. You figure we figure it out. But I guess as long as we keep making money.
It's a new day every day.
It's a new dawn. It's a new day. Yep, there you go, Michael Bublé.
Marc Bublé.
And I'm feeling good. Not really. I'm feeling tired. That's what I'm feeling. Yeah, I'm just tired.
Did you sleep yet today?
No.
Oh, yes.
I didn't have time. I got home here. It was 8.
He's just
30?
sick and tired of being sick and tired.
I am. Just ask Shipper. You heard?
I hear it.
Yeah. Well, because you only get a chance to see me a couple of times.
By 9:20.
9:20.
That's usually when I ring his phone.
If it's later, then he got out late.
They got out
all
late.
whiny,
9:20.
cranky pants.
What was her name? Anita Ward. You can ring my bell.
You can ring. Oh, my wife's gonna love it.
You
I
go.
know that song.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You can ring my
sir.
bell.
You got it. I think it's Anita Ward, right?
I think
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Anita.
Well, me and Gloria Gaynor, we did survive. So. Ship.
Well, how many got to string together before?
I don't know. I'm trying. I'm thinking. My tired brain is going. What else can we do? I don't know. That's just the way it is, Bruce Hornsby. I don't know what to tell you, bro. But I can tell you this thing. I can feel it coming in the night there, Phil Collins.
Ew.
Because he really don't.
Gross.
It's something
Because
evil.
he don't care anymore.
It's something evil. Don't be so.
It's pretty evil. That's
It is
gross.
evil. Well, I don't know.
Icky.
Ask.
I'm trying. Yeah.
Oh, well, you know what? On that note,
Goodbye.
yeah, we should
Thanks for listening.
We should probably call it a show.
I'd like to apologize for the last hour-ish. We
Hour
don't
and
know
a
what the
half-ish.
hell we were doing.
Well,
Hour and a half.
Yeah, it is. I know.
Of
right?
nonsense.
That's why I just looked at it. Yeah, last time I looked at it was 55 minutes. Like, all right, a couple more minutes. Yeah, I think we'll get a full hour.
It needs to
out of
flash
it.
up on the screen before people watch the show. We're sorry.
We're sorry.
But listen anyway. You can just like it
Just
and
speed
leave.
through it.
Just
Right.
like it and leave it. Just so we get credit.
Yeah, put it on triple speed, or just slide your finger with the thing,
Or if you just plain feel sorry for us, just like it.
and listen, yeah.
Like and subscribe.
Don't comment on this one.
It's a
Like and subscribe. Just don't comment on this.
lot of comments are going to be, what the
What?
hell did I just listen to? He's singing Gloria Gaynor.
Gloria Gaynor and Anita
Gaynor.
Ward.
All right, we got to wrap this
Gaynor,
up.
Yep.
Mala needs me.
Mala. Who's Mala?
Malva.
Oh, John
Yeah.
Malva. Oh,
Just send me a text.
we interviewed John Malva. We
Oh, did
talked
we?
to him. He's a vice president in charge of drayage or something like that.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
Mike
okay.
Drage.
That's DRE.
Stop talking about my containers.
On that note,
Good night.
we hope you enjoyed the show because,
Bye.
you probably won't. But
I'd say share the show, but maybe not this one.
Goodbye.
share it as often as you can.
Keep the hammer down and hammer left.
Yeah, there you go. Amen.